This is a Mossberg MVP. Probably heard about it. You might own one. And this is the patrol model. Oh, yeah, bolt gun. Here's for the people who always get mad at me when I bring a bolt gun down to my waist. This one is actually fairly easy to work up there. Let's try a 2-liter. Probably won't hit it. What I tell you. All right. Try that green one. Let's not try the green one. We're empty. Here's your mag release. It's kind of awkward. Let's pull the bolt back. Well, you know what? Didn't pick one up actually. Faulty magazine. Okay, let's try again. It's not a pretty gun. You know, I just had an .03 Springfield out. Was that yesterday? Firing it? Oh man, it's such a beautiful firearm and beautiful piece of history. But this one doesn't fit into that category. This is a kind of a no frills, you know, a working firearm. It's called the patrol model. And it is the kind of firearm you would throw in your patrol car in the trunk. Wouldn't have to be a police officer to do that, of course, but that's kind of what it is. And you got your rail here, put your red dot or a scope on it, and it's really hard to get down on that sight. For me, John too, a red dot or a scope would make it more comfortable to shoot. But that's what it is. You know, so it's about a 7-pound gun. It's got a fluted bolt. Because I did that. I got the Dremel tool out and notice what a nice job I did on that. I thought that would lighten the bolt a little bit. Actually, Mossberg did that. And it's got a 1 9 twist. It's a 5.56 223. It's about a yard long. That's how long this thing is. Of course, it depends on how long your yard is, right? No, it's 35, 36 inches. And just a handy little, kind of a tanker of a gun. You know, it's got a nice thick barrel. Although it's not all that heavy, 7 pounds is not too bad for a good bolt gun. And you know, it's just a very convenient size, you know, firearm, to tell you the truth. It's one you feel like you could knock around. I'm not sure whether that stock is wooden and it's coated, or I think it is, because there's a little bit of a nick there, maybe. But it looks like polymer. You got that, and it's rough. It's kind of a rough finish on it. So, you know, like I say, it's for use. That's what it is. Not something to worry about and worry about whether you have tung oil on it or anything like that. You know, it's just a working gun and in a bolt gun. Now, you might ask, why would you want something like this and 223, 5.56, where you can put all this kind of ammo, which we appreciate from Federal, in it? You know, and that's a good question. Well, it's handy because if you're going to make a bolt gun, and there are several of these on the market now, aren't there, that take a magazine like this, a stick magazine, scout rifles and things, it's making a comeback. Well, it's pretty handy if it does use an AR magazine, doesn't it? It's not necessarily to make it an AR, pretend you got an AR, but you know, there's so many of these things on the market, it's kind of a why not, I guess. Yeah, so that's pretty handy, and it comes in 308 as well. And maybe other calibers too, I'm not sure, and different configurations. There's a lot of different configurations of it, okay? And many of them look better than this. But again, this one's for work, for patrol. Let's take a couple with this and see how much, or if the suppressor changes the point of impact at all. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Let's try these guys here close. Not too bad. Felt like shooting a 22. Yeah, 20. Oh, I've been working on that trick for a long time. I finally perfected it. Yeah, old pot. Nice little clinker, I'll have to say. Oh, let's try something here while we've got hot ammo in it. We got some 12 ounces right together. John thinks if I shoot one of them, it'll blow the other one up. Let's show him he's wrong. See, John? I think I'll shoot it on the ground. I don't know, it might have had a hole in it. It seemed to blow up. All right, let's go back over there and hit one of those plates more quietly. Oh yeah, you can hear the steel a little bit louder. Yeah, suppressor makes it more interesting sometimes. I don't think it's changed the point of impact. You're right on. It generally doesn't on a rig like this. Sometimes on a handgun you get some weird things happening. I'll shoot that propane tank there. Boom, yeah, you can hear the propane in there a little bit better, couldn't you? Let's see what, well, let's save that one. There's another pot there that needs smoking. Whoa! I blew that thing. I wonder if that's because I hit it on the bottom or... Yeah, weird things happen. Cool. And we still have ammo, so that's the thing, a 20 round for a bolt gun. Yeah, I think is sufficient probably. You don't want a giant stick mag in your way. Especially with a bolt gun, you might be lying down. You might be lying down, or you could be shooting from the prone position, right? So, you know how that goes. Let's take it over here, and I happen to have a magazine of some subsonic ammo. Now this stuff, I have shot some of it, and it's 75 grain ammo. And remember what the twist I told you? It's a 1-in-9 twist. So apparently it doesn't stabilize the bullet really well, because I don't think it's the suppressor making that much difference, but it does change the point of impact. It also changes the sound level. I'll show you. Let's hit this 2-liter right here. We might get an interesting sound that we don't normally get, or at least one you can hear. Cool. That's pretty quiet, huh? And these are so light, I really should be able to shoot a little steel. About like a 22 Magnum. Yeah. See? Can't do that with regular 5.56. I'm going to hold right in the middle of the cowboy. See what our point of impact looks like. Not too bad, maybe. I was having trouble across the hill with them though. Let's try the plate. Yeah, I think it was just low. I'm going to hold up a little more. Yeah. Oh, we can shoot the gong with one of these. There we go. That's always fun. You know, I've said before, whenever we have a suppressor and we have 5.56, yeah, there's a swarm of comments. Oh, well, why don't you get some subsonic ammo? If you don't, why have a suppressor if you're not shooting subsonic ammo? Why can't you talk, Hickok? Why do you have a suppressor and you're shooting regular ammo? You need subsonic ammo. There's no need for it, right? Well, I've never been in combat. I don't know all there is to know about all that, but I do know what I've read and been told. It doesn't suppress it totally. The purpose is not to quiet it down entirely. If you can reduce the signature report from the round, you know, then the enemy can't tell as easily where that came from. Okay, if you can just reduce the decibels, you know, down in half or something, you know, it's really valuable. Plus, you saw I was standing here shooting regular 5.56 without ears on. Okay, so there's advantages beyond just trying to totally quiet something down, you know, with a suppressor. Most of you know that. And then again, with subsonic, truly subsonic 5.56 223 ammo, look what you're doing. You're cranking that thing down from over 3,000 feet per second to maybe 900 or something, or 1,000 feet per second, 800. So you're getting down into 22 long rifle category before too long, aren't you? So around, I think around 22 Magnum, you know, ballistics, you know, with this we're shooting. So you turn a fairly powerful, you know, 5.56. It has its critics, but it's got a little oomph to it, you know, 5.56 round does. It's going very fast, whatever you want to say about it. But when you crank it down that far, then you're really losing a lot of the effectiveness of it, of course, right? Okay, just a little. I'm not going to charge you for that little extra lesson. Half of it was probably incorrect anyway, so I wouldn't dare charge you. Let's see. Oh, let's shoot that propane tank over there. Boy, did I miss that, John? I guess I did. It would have sounded like that, wouldn't it? Okay, well, it's a small tank. It's only about 2 feet in diameter. Oh well. Gotta miss occasionally, or else you'll think I'm not human, right?